Welcome to Synthaholics. This is your host, David Duncan, and with me is...
Brian! Hello, David! We haven't done this in a while. How you doing,
We
David?
haven't done this in a while. Man, we just keep taking impromptu vacations, and we never actually have it planned. We're like, oh, we're just not gonna podcast from here to there. It's just like life happens, and it's just
Life happens,
okay.
and we've been having a difficult time finding stuff we want to talk about. It feels in some cases it feels like we're kind of forcing it, and our soul's not in it. When we're podcasting, we're actually talking about stuff we want to, talk about, not just random stuff to keep something going or whatever. It's like we generally we watch a lot of movies and TV shows and stuff, and there's some stuff that you and I would talk about whether or not we were podcasting or not, and that's the stuff we talk about here.
Yeah, and other stuff, not as much. And Mission Impossible did not do great, so I don't know if we're gonna torture you guys or ourselves with all the Mission Impossible movies. They're good, but it's just like
I think it kind of turned into us torturing ourselves.
Yeah, that was bad. So we apologize, and to make up for it, we're coming at you with new intros for both Synthaholics and Synthaholic games. It should be going up. Yeah,
Since when?
Yeah,
When
I know,
did that
right?
happen?
I know, right? So our old intro video is a little bit old, so I've been also, while we've been had downtime and not been recording, I've been working on that. So hopefully that'll be kind of cool. You should have just seen that on this one and last week's Synthaholic game. So hopefully it's
Man,
cool.
that's a cool way to put it, because it's like they would have saw it already, but we didn't address it yet, so they saw it before we addressed it.
Yeah, well, that's just
There's
how
a
it
word
goes.
for that. I don't know what that's called, but
some-
there's a word for that.
That's just how it goes sometimes. But anyway, we're back, and we're talking about something new instead of something ancient. And this movie does not have the same level of cinematography as Mission Impossible. It's definitely way more digital than Mission Impossible was. I still stand by that first Mission Impossible movie was just fantastic for like the realness of the film and everything. So,
Yeah.
Brian.
I think as years have gone on, VFX are just kind of the way to go. Now we're talking about a new movie, but we're talking about an ancient character.
An ancient character.
Yes, which is Superman. He's the first superhero that kind of made. I'm sure he's not the first superhero, but he's the first one that kind of went mainstream with it, with getting popular. But David, we're talking about Superman. Now, David, I've been telling you for 3 years, James Gunn's not going to let us down. And for me, James Gunn did not let me down. I was at best hoping for just an average movie, just for something that we can kick off the DC movies or the DC universe or whatever the heck this is called, DCU.
DCEU take two.
Yeah, DCU take two. And this is perfect. This was perfect for what I needed. Is the movie perfect? I mean, I really liked it. I'm gonna give it, David, like a 9. I really liked this movie a lot. I really enjoyed it. It had a lot of soul, and we'll get into the reasons why I liked it. But I'm glad James Gunn didn't let us down. David, what did you think of Superman? What did you think of the start of the next DCU?
All right. Well, just before I get into that, we just got rated by the Klingon Pop Warrior for those who watch this later. So just let me know. And so,
hello.
Hey, Jen. Good to see you.
We've watched every Superman movie to prepare for this movie.
All of them, yes. So I'm going to go ahead and give this movie. So I went back and I had to go look at James Gunn's The Suicide Squad to see how I rated that film, because I wanted to make sure I gave this film a higher score than that. And at the time I was like, I'm going to give the Suicide Squad a 6.5 to 7. I'm kind of wishy-washy on it. I'm going to just knock that all the way down to a 6 so I can give this movie a solid 7. I didn't dislike this film, but also like it's fine. Like it just didn't do a lot for me. It's nice that they're bringing in a new universe, and they're just like throwing in a whole bunch of characters at once, so we don't have to do like 50 different origin stories. But I mean, like personally, my favorite character was the Green Lantern, because I'm a huge fan of Nathan Fillion from Firefly. My second favorite character was Crypto. So I mean, like whenever the headlining name isn't my favorite character in a movie, it's like,
Uh-oh. Your mic just cut out.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so I was just saying that when the main character, when the name of the movie isn't my favorite character, it's probably not the best thing.
Yeah, I think the limiting factor for Superman is that Superman is kind of just like he's your basic superhero. He's just kind of like he doesn't have a lot going on for him. He's kind of like the Captain America of DC, sort of, kind of. I mean, he's just kind of like the default superhero. When you think of superhero, you think of Superman, just because probably he's the first one and he was the first. He has the most basic story, I guess, really. But Crypto was definitely came out of nowhere. After everybody went to go see Superman, everybody I've ever talked to about this movie so far, which is a good amount because I've been talking about the Superman movie for a long time.
Man, Crypto was great. This should have been a Crypto movie.
yeah. That's James Gunn was planning on doing a Crypto movie, and they ended up not going with it right now. I don't know if it'll ever change in the future, but he originally wanted to start with a Crypto movie because he thought Crypto would be a good character to do it with. And this movie, I think, kind of proves that like Crypto could probably hold his own his own movie.
I don't know if it had the emotional weight, but Crypto did make the movie more fun. I think
that's for me. That was the takeaway from this movie, is that it was just fun. It was a fun movie to go see. Was the story a 10 out of 10? No, but like the movie itself felt fun, and that's what I wanted from this movie. It didn't need to be a Dune level masterpiece. I just needed it to be fun, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid movie beginning to end, like James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. You know, some things are greater than the sum of their parts. The Suicide Squad was somehow less than some of its parts because there were just so many scenes in The Suicide Squad I really, really enjoyed. But as the whole of the film, I just was like, this is not a very good film. Whereas on the other hand, not a whole lot of, not as many standout parts maybe, but the whole film just flowed and it felt good.
I want to talk about the soul of the movie a little bit. Now, when we started watching Marvel movies, obviously this is going to get compared to Marvel, and I'm sorry for anybody who's tired of Marvel or whatever, but it's like these are the two juggernauts of comic books.
I almost wore my Avengers shirt today just to be contrary.
You could have.
I'm representing Impact Nor, Deep
not
Space
quite
Nine.
The same, David. That's not Marvel.
I mean, it's better than Marvel. It's fine.
So when we started to watch Marvel movies, I remember thinking like, oh, it's its own style. It's everybody liked the Marvel movies for what they were. Then they just kept doing the same movie over and over and over and over and over and over, and then everybody just got kind of tired of it.
Yeah,
it was the same kind of flat colors, same kind of comedy, same kind of story, just insert character here. That's what the Marvel movies kind of became.
It's like
would you agree or disagree?
100% agree, because like the first time you do it and the first time they clone it, it's fine, but the clones get dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber, and that's the problem with Marvel. It's like they've cloned the same thing so many times. It's like, got a potato in its brain. It can't function. It's not.
The overall anymore. Story kind of got a little bit lost, and now they're still trying to like refigure out what the heck it means to be a Marvel movie nowadays. And there's still movies that are coming out that are still trying to redefine what that is. Mm-hmm. When I went to go see Superman, this did not feel like a Marvel movie at all to me. It felt like it had a different type of soul than what those other superhero movies had. The emotional impact, like when Superman or Clark is talking to his parents, there's a couple like emotional scenes where it felt like, oh man, it feels like these characters like care. It doesn't feel like a Marvel movie where it's just like, oh well, I guess what's going to happen here, because you already know. This movie, it just felt like it meant something more. It felt bigger than the movie, I guess. I don't know. It's when I got out and I started to look at like reviews and stuff, people were saying it's like, I feel inspired by the movie, or it's like I feel like I need to be a better person because of the movie. It's like I think that's kind of what this movie it was like a breath of fresh air compared to what we've been getting.
Yeah, and it's also just straight up to me the best Superman movie since Christopher Reeve, because Superman Returns by Bryan Singer, so boring. That movie was like, it felt like I think it was like 3.5 hours, but it felt like 6. It was so boring. Yeah. And then
again, I think that's a limitation of what Superman is. He kind of is just a boring character.
Yeah, and then also Man of Steel, also, like, I was just so bored. Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman.
I didn't hate Man of Steel. I didn't hate it.
It was, I mean, it was better than Superman Returns, but it was still boring and overly long for what it was.
Yeah. Do you think? I mean, now that people look back, I remember liking Man of Steel when it came out, and everybody, all my friends and stuff at the time, did not like Man of Steel. And I'm starting to wonder if, as time has gone on, people like Man of Steel. Well, I don't know if I liked it for the story or I just liked it for the way like the fight scenes and stuff were. Before seeing Man of Steel, there wasn't any like VFX shots where they kind of had in that movie where it just like there was that one character that was really fast and she just moved really and it looked cool. I don't know if I just thought it looked cool and it just wasn't a good movie or not. I don't know, but definitely this Superman's definitely better than Man of Steel for sure.
Yeah, it's better than Man of Steel. It's better than Batman v Superman. Better than Justice League.
Talk about overly long. That Justice League movie. The Snyder cut.
I didn't watch the Snyder cut. I just
it was like 4 or 5 hours long, and the whole thing was just like, if this was Snyder's like pen. What I don't know what to call it. His like magnum opus for the Justice League. It's like, man, I'm not surprised this thing got shut down.
Well, the Justice League. I mean, his daughter, son, his
yeah,
offspring,
he had definitely
his offspring committed suicide or something, and there was like, you know, it was family emergency time when he left, and then they had Joss Whedon come in and try to fix it. Which was difficult.
Which I don't know. It seemed to make like a cult following because prior to this movie coming out, it definitely had a hate campaign, and I think it was because people wanted the Snyder stuff back. The Snyder characters that he made, they wanted the Henry Cavill, they wanted the Gal Gadot, they wanted the Jason Momoa, or the Ezra Miller for the Flash, which I don't know why anybody would want that.
After that Flash movie, that was so bad.
Yeah, that was really bad. But there was a little bit of a hate campaign for this movie. I remember seeing. Yeah, I mean, you sent me one. A couple things about people saying the Superman movie wasn't that great.
Well,
and then
I saw people say you're gonna love it or gonna hate it, and like I'm completely meh on it. Like I don't hate it or love it. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think that's for anybody like just getting into starting the DCU. All average is like all I wanted it to do, because like launching a 10, 15 year project for the first movie to just be like this is all it needed to be. It just needed to like, you know, get a ground going. So we have our main character guy. We have a couple other characters that they're gonna work themselves into. So I still think that this was just solid. But as soon as the movie came out, it seemed like the hate campaign kind of just stopped, because everybody was just like, yeah, this was an average to very good movie. I didn't really see anybody after that say like, oh, this was trash, you're gonna hate this movie. It's like that didn't really happen, unless I guess you're a Snyder fan, then it would. But at least for this, I think it was good.
I guess, but all of Snyder's movies were really boring. Like,
yeah, I don't understand why people like those Snyder movies so
even
much.
Sucker Punch.
The only like legitimately good one I can recall was
300.
Was Wonder Woman 1. Well, 300, I guess.
Oh, I mean, if you're talking about Zack Snyder,
yeah,
I think
if you're talking about Zack Snyder, 300,
I think 300 was his one and only great film, and then everything else he did wasn't very good.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. He also has his own little style. I guess all directors kind of have their own style. James Gunn has his own little style. Zack Snyder definitely has his like style too. But at least for the previous DCU, Wonder Woman was the only one that I thought was like good. And then Wonder Woman 2 came out. I was like, all right, well that's gone.
Yeah,
that's done.
I don't know. Like I feel like on an entertainment value, I think maybe I liked Wonder Woman better than this.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, like, it's whatever you like.
I mean, like. But I mean,
Wonder
like,
Woman was
close.
A good movie. It's just they just screwed it up after that.
Oh yeah. 1984 was not a good movie.
No,
but the first Wonder Woman movie was very good. But also, like, I still haven't like rewatched that movie either. So it's just kind of like, I don't know, just the modern state of films. Like, I feel like I've seen it once and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I don't rewatch things the way I used to. I don't know.
I'll rewatch some stuff sometimes.
Except for maybe Star Trek. Like I rewatch Star Trek every now and then, like all the series and the movies.
Every now and then, it feels like you rewatch that all the time.
I can't stop. I'm genetically disposed to watch Star Trek.
Well, I want to talk about Superman a little bit, because this Superman is kind of different from the previous iteration of Superman, Henry Cavill's, where Henry Cavill was this kind of like dark Superman. This Superman is the most lawful good kind of character that Superman, I guess, sort of pretty much is in the comics. He is the guy that doesn't want anybody getting hurt. He'll save anybody. There's nothing that he's not gonna, try to do to make somebody happy or whatever. There's a line in the movie where Crypto gets taken from him when Lex invades the Fortress of Solitude, and he says something like the dog that like he's alone, he's probably scared, and he's needs to be with somebody or something like that. It was like, so he saved a squirrel in this movie too. So there's like no limit to like Superman just saving stuff, which is kind of what makes him a little bit of a boring character, because it's just like we know what Superman's gonna do. There is no guesswork. It's like he's gonna save the day. That's what he does. He's gonna have some trouble, save the day, and the movie ends. That's Superman. So that's why people wouldn't like, I guess, Superman. But like Superman, I think Superman does kill if he absolutely has to, but he'll do anything he can to not kill. There's a scene in the movie where a giant kaiju attacks, and he's trying to figure out how to not kill the kaiju so that he can bring it somewhere else so it can be saved. So he's always wants to just save the day, save everybody, make sure everything's all good. And that's kind of think where people have a little bit of boringness with Superman. David, what do you think about that?
I agree. I mean, like the fact that like he saved a squirrel when there was probably like 13 other people he could have saved at that point in time was like slightly questionable, but
yeah. Well, I think the movie's just trying to prove that like nobody's above Superman saving.
Time,
like there's nothing Superman won't do to help save something.
Even though squirrels are a menace on mankind, they destroy electronic facilities and they store nuts in them and they destroy things. Yeah, they're fine. Yeah, they're fine.
Superman will come back on that day too and get rid of all those like nuts and stuff in the Transformer. It'll be fine. He'll do that too.
That's good.
But what do you think? Let's go through some of the characters we had. We had Hawk Girl. I'm gonna start with her first because to me she was kind of like I don't know. She's fine, I guess. I don't know. She was there.
She was there. Yeah. We know the least about her than anyone. So that was a little bit disappointing. I mean, it was nice that she was in the film. I just wish she had
her biggest
personality.
Her biggest thing she does in this movie is kill the president of that Waka country or whatever. She kills that guy. That's her thing, which I'm sure will come back.
She kills the president of not Israel.
Yeah. Well, see, that's also interesting because when I watched the interview with James Gunn and
of not Israel, not Palestine.
Well, that's the thing. But when James Gunn was writing this kind of predated all this. He was writing this before COVID, so I think it just lined up bad. But I don't know. Maybe he made adjustments.
Kind of like Kojima did Death Stranding right before COVID. A game about like social distancing and isolation.
Oh, yeah.
Right before that was a worldwide thing.
Well, that one would James Gunn one's a little bit more iffy because like I don't know if he took inspiration or not, but he was writing the movie before that. Kojima, I think, legitimately just like got planned the future on accident.
He sniffed some spice from Paul Muad'Dib and presciented the future. He saw the future a little bit.
Yeah, so that's Hawk Girl. I don't really know where they're going to go with her character. She's going to be in Peacemaker, which we'll also touch on a little bit.
Hell yeah.
Hal Jordan, highlight. I mean, how can you not? I mean, there's two characters that are definitely highlight. Mr. Terrific came out of nowhere, just being like, oh man, that guy's cool. And Hal Jordan, I don't know if it's so much I like Hal Jordan the character, or I just like Nathan Fillion in anything that he does.
Well, no, it's not Hal Jordan. It's Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner. My bad. Yeah, you're right. Guy Gardner. Yeah, I don't know. I liked him I liked the character.
I could have stood like another 30 minutes of Nathan Fillion. I absolutely love him. Yeah. He's like one of my favorite actors. He does great. Firefly is one of my favorite shows of all time. So
anything he's in, he just does good.
Yeah, 90% of the reason I wanted to see this film, other than podcasting on it, was just to see him in a movie, and it seemed like he was gonna have some screen time. So I was like, good. I really want to see.
He definitely got some screen time, and I mean, yeah, the way he used his abilities was cool. The way he acts was just kind of like he just has so much like charisma with like he's playing like this kind of assholey character, but he still has like charisma with it, where you're still like, I don't hate him.
Well, Nathan Fillion is just like charisma embodied. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
I think that's also what just made Firefly so good, is because he's got so much charisma. And for those who have or have not seen The Expanse, I feel like that was the problem. I know this is kind of just spiraling a little bit, but just go with me here. Like the actor who played Holden, the main character in The Expanse, I don't think he's got the natural charisma of Nathan Fillion or a William Shatner, where they just exude charisma in everything that they do. He didn't have that, so like it was a little bit off-putting. And I feel like a good main character needs that charisma.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard to beat Nathan.
It's hard to beat Nathan Fillion, which is yeah. So I mean, I think the guy who played Superman did a good job, but like Nathan Fillion is just like,
Yeah.
just exudes everything he does. Even when he's being an asshole, he's extremely charismatic about it.
I agree. And
like he just also like at the battle at the end, like he was using like just middle fingers, just like rolling tanks over and stuff like that. It was just great. I mean, it's just like this the personality coming through, the powers.
I mean, every time he was, for me, every time he was on scene with like a group of people, or in the scene with a group of people, it was always like he was the one that kind of like took that scene. He's the one that kind of like owned that scene.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Nathan Fillion owned all the scenes he was in, and Crypto owned pretty much all the scenes he was in.
Yeah, Crypto also owned all the scenes he was in.
So congratulations on all those CG animators and making that dog amazing, because I'm pretty sure that Crypto was CG like not most of the film, and he looked fantastic.
It was. Crypto was. The amount of like information I've consumed after watching this movie, this is how much I know, is like that Crypto is based off of James Gunn's dog named Ozu. All they did was 3D scan the dog and then change the color of the dog, because the James Gunn's dog is a darker color and Crypto is white. That's the only thing that they did. Crypto is completely a CG character.
Yeah, I thought I mean he pretty much had to be, but it was really good.
Yeah, you can't get it. It also really act like a dog. Like whoever wrote, I don't know exactly who wrote Crypto, but I would imagine James Gunn wrote it, because I think he was the only writers in the credits.
I mean, that's just a lot of reference. I mean, I dabble in Blender, as you see on the new intro, guys. No, but like these animators had to study just a lot of reference of just how dogs act and react. They probably had like hours of
just dog videos
of just them like doing different things, so they could just get all the animation and stuff right. I mean, animation's extremely impressive when people do it really, really well. And the CG was really good, and it really held up in this movie, unlike in The Flash.
The Flash is, I don't know, that Flash movie was pretty rough. I don't really, we podcasted on it, so you guys can go see what our thoughts are, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's like that The Flash is my favorite superhero, and boy did they do him a disservice.
The casting was bad, the CG was bad, the script was bad.
Yeah, just nothing about that. I guess the only thing I didn't hate, which we can lead into our next thing, is the Supergirl in that movie. That she was okay.
She was good. She actually was
I liked
good.
her.
She was the best part about.
Yep, she was the best part. And
we got a Supergirl cameo at the end of the film, which was nice.
Yeah, I didn't know that Supergirl has already been shot. Like that, they're finishing up. The movie comes out in June next year. That movie's like already shot and everything. The other thing I didn't know is the person playing Supergirl is the girl we both liked from House of the Dragon, which I didn't know that either. So
what?
Yeah, the younger I can't think of what her name is.
Yeah, I didn't recognize her with. Huh.
Yeah, that's who's playing Supergirl. So we both liked her in House of the Dragon. So hopefully,
that's great.
What the Renara,
whatever
the heck, whatever her name was. Yeah, the younger version of her before she grows up. Yeah, we both liked her as a character in House of the Dragon. We
she
thought
looks different now. It's been a couple of years since we've seen her. Yeah, I did not recognize her.
Yeah, so she's Supergirl. So I don't know. Maybe Supergirl will be good because we liked her, and Crypto's definitely going to be in the movie because they reference
it's her dog. Yeah,
her dog.
Mm-hmm. And so then there's that too. Yeah, I'm excited about that. And then the other character,
Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific. Yeah, I've never heard of Mr. Terrific before, but I actually really like him.
Yeah, he did great. He did a great job. I don't like. I don't. He kind of had his own like little side quest that he went on that was away from the Justice,
Gang.
the Justice Gang. So
I'm a little bit sad that it was him and not Nathan Fillion, but I mean Nathan Fillion's
I
an
am too.
asshole,
But like,
so it makes sense.
we
But
know
I mean,
we know we liked Nathan Fillion already.
Yeah.
So it's like we know he's a good character, and now they just prove that Mr. Terrific is also
True.
going to be a good character.
They prove Mr. Terrific is going to be a good character. So I mean, it's a good proof of concept, but I would have preferred more screen time from Nathan Fillion and seeing more of his powers up close.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Because
that's the thing with these movies. You got to start building up all these characters. Got to give everybody their 5 seconds of fame before they, get inevitably their entire own movie. Probably, I don't know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
The only other character is Lex. What do you thinks of Lex?
He's fine.
Yeah, I thought he was okay. I thought he was okay too. They didn't. I don't know if there's 2 things that kind of bothered me a little bit about Lex. Is I don't know how like Lex was just somehow has like his own like pocket universe. It's like not really. The only thing that really bothered me in this movie is that I understand that Lex is an extremely strong character. If you don't know a lot about Marvel characters versus DC characters, Marvel has always the idea that I always have is Marvel was it's like DC is God amongst men and Marvel was always men amongst men type of thing. The DC characters are way stronger than Marvel characters. That's kind of how it's always been. So Lex, I know, is already an extremely strong character who's like a Justice League threat. And if you compare the Justice League to, the Avengers, just one person in the Justice League can kill the entire Avengers for the most part. So Lex is a very strong character. But I don't really understand how he was able to make his pocket universe. I don't really understand how he was able to like clone somebody. I don't understand how he was able to decode Superman's parents' message, which was confirmed by James Gunn to be legit. So it's
I'm not familiar. I guess I'm not familiar with any Superman comic. I've never read the Superman comic. Was Superman sent there to be like Homelander, not Homelander, Invincible?
Yeah.
Is that legit? Like the original story? Was he like the Krypton's dying, but he's really there to
it's not the original story, but since this character's been around for 100 years.
I know there's different iteration. Is it an actual iteration of him, or is it?
No, it's a legit one. It has happened. So I guess that's the direction they're taking with this one. I don't know. I'm sure it seems like a pretty like the opposite take of what you think would happen. So that's definitely going to come up again. I don't know how. Maybe they just wanted to make it so there's not. I don't know. I got no idea what they're going to do with that, but that was a legit message. But that was my problem with Lex, is I didn't really understand how he works at all. He like has these like superhumans.
I just wonder how that's going to tie into Supergirl. Because I mean, wouldn't she know like the plan?
She should know. She should know everything. Yeah, because
she
technically should know.
She should know more than Clark.
Yes, she should.
She
should. Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna tie. I don't know how it's gonna work either. But
that's weird.
You would think his cousin would have told Clark what was going on.
Yeah, like and started the subjugation of Earth, a la Invincible. But
yeah, I'm sure it'll be explained in Supergirl. I can't imagine you can just leave a plot hole like that open.
Well, you know what they should have done? Clark's dad, Kal-El's dad, should have been J.K. Simmons.
No, it's Bradley Cooper. We have to get the raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy in here somewhere.
No, we need J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons is always a bad guy who wants to take over.
Yeah, that does seem to be how it works out. Yeah, I don't know how. It's interesting when I've consumed a ton of James Gunn content over the past like month.
Did you watch Slither?
No, I didn't watch. No, I'm watching like actual interviews. I have seen Slither, but I didn't watch it recently. But there's a lot of characters or people that reached out to James Gunn asking, like, how can they get into the DCU? I don't know if J.K. Simmons would ever be considered for that. but I would like him. He's in everything he's in. I've liked him. I've liked him in. He does seem to be the guy that destroys Earth.
Yeah, yeah. Or Spider-Man.
Yeah, or Spider-Man. He's just bring him on in. Bring him on in. There's one thing I do want to bring up that I thought was really interesting. So The Rock is an actor, David. We know about the Rock.
But which rock? Like a limestone?
Yeah, we can go with igneous. Let's go with the igneous rock for this. So a couple years ago, Black Adam came out.
Oh no!
And The Rock was Black Adam. The movie was not very good. I don't think you watched it. I know I didn't watch it. I don't care about it. But at the end of that movie, they showed their end credit scene of Henry Cavill coming back as Superman. When that got shown in theaters, that was the time that James Gunn found out that was happening, and James Gunn watched it and he was like, that's not it wasn't public at the time that James Gunn was taking over the DCU. Yeah. It wasn't public, but he knew that he had the job, and when he saw that, he was like, wait, what? That's not part of the plan. That's not part of the cards. I'm currently writing Superman, and Henry Cavill's not coming back as Superman. So what The Rock did was go behind the studio's backs, got Henry Cavill to come film that scene, and then just secretly put it into the movie to try to force another Superman movie to come out so that The Rock could make a movie with Henry Cavill where he kills Superman. So that's what The Rock was trying to do. So that was probably a tough call for James Gunn to call Henry Cavill and be like, "Hey man, listen, this is not part of the plan at all." So he said that he talked to him, and they have plans for him to be in the DCU. I don't know what Henry Cavill will play in the DCU, but maybe down the line we'll see him in something. So
maybe he'll be the Flash.
Maybe he will be the Flash. There's talking about the Flash. This is just me theory crafting. If they're gonna have the reverse Flash, I want it to be the guy who plays Homelander so bad. He is perfect casting for that character. Absolutely perfect.
He should have been Superman.
That would have been hilarious.
He just should have been Superman.
Just make him Superman? Is he the same character as Homelander, or yes. Is he just like, he is the lawful good Superman, but he just plays the opposite of that in
yes.
the plays?
Yes, I want to see him flex his range. Good Superman, bad Superman. He only plays Superman, but he can play good Superman and bad Superman. That would have been perfect.
Yeah, we'll see what he can figure out. That would be kind of funny. So yeah, that's the only other character that I think we haven't.
Or when they unmasked this clone, it should have been Homelander. Like that way you get evil Superman, and I don't know.
Well, the character that clone of Superman is probably going to come back. I think he'll come back as Bizarro, which is a different version of Superman,
because he fell into the black hole or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. The guy who it hasn't been confirmed yet, but the guy who played that clone character before he took off the mask and turned out it's a clone of Superman,
yeah,
was the guy who was Superman in Smallville from the TV show. So,
oh,
yeah, I don't maybe so does that make Smallville DCU canon? I don't know. We will never know. Well, maybe we will know. I don't know.
I never watched Smallville, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I watched Smallville. It wasn't like a Superman. It was like Clark Kent.
It was 90210 Superman.
Yeah, kind of something.
And
like that.
And he couldn't ever be Superman in the entire show, which
yeah. Well, they didn't have the budget. It was just supposed to be like I don't know, just like Clark Kent living his days.
Living as a teenager. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of what that was.
Yeah, I did.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that'll be canon.
That wasn't interesting to me, so I didn't watch it.
Yeah, well, when I was a wee lad, and you don't have cable, that's kind of, and you like superheroes, and they're only on Saturday morning cartoons, and you want more superhero stuff. That's where you gotta go.
I mean, I watched Lois and Clark back in the day.
Lois and Clark, I never heard of that one. What's that? Is that a?
It was like it was an evening time TV show of Superman with Terry Hatcher as Lois Lane. I think it was Terry Hatcher, and Dean Cain as Superman.
Oh, well, how about that?
From like the 90s, early 2000s, something like that.
somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was probably it's probably 90s.
Yeah, I don't quite know that.
Because it was on around the same time Christopher Reeve broke his neck when he fell off the horse. Christopher Reeve was, he was still alive and he'd just become injured, like during the show's run.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, there's Superman trivia.
The more you know, Easter eggs. These are, who knows? This could all be connected.
Easter eggs. And speaking of Easter eggs, it was really nice seeing a Peacemaker.
Yeah, Peacemaker
has had like a 2-second cameo, and so did Sean Gunn's brother, which was also James Gunn's brother.
You caught that too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I caught that too. He's playing I think his name's Maxwell Lord, who becomes like a big problem. I don't know if they'll ever make him become a big problem. Who knows? Hope so. But he's canon. Also, what's weird is during the government, there's a guy. I don't remember his name but when they're talking at the circle and Lex is trying to convince the government that like he needs to protect the world from Superman or whatever, one of the characters at that table is the guy who plays Slade Wilson in the CW Arrow show. Slade Wilson is what's that guy's name?
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke, yeah, who plays Deathstroke. But they didn't call him by that in this. So I don't know if I don't know if he's a new character or Deathstroke is going to be in the show. Or in the DCU, no idea. So that was another kind of sort of Easter egg that wasn't really explained. I guess Bradley Cooper was the dad. There was a couple cameos that they had, but I think that the only other thing there is that I can think of is Fortress Solitude was cool. I like the robots. They were cool, I guess. I don't know.
They were voiced by the other Firefly guy who was in it. Yep. Alan Tudyk was the voice of the robots. Alan Tudyk was in it. Yep. So we had two guys from Firefly, so that's always nice.
Yeah, round circle. And then the last thing is, I thought Superman, the guy who plays Superman, and the person who plays Lois Lane, I didn't have any problem with him. I'm fine with he's now Superman. I didn't hate him, didn't love him. I thought he did pretty good for taking up the mantle of Superman. That's a big role to step into. He's Superman's a very iconic character. Everybody knows who Superman is.
Yeah.
So he did good. Other than that, I mean, I thought it was just a solid movie all around. There wasn't really anything that was, besides the Lex stuff, there wasn't really anything else that really was like, oh, I didn't like that, or I had a problem with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with the film. It's just that it just wasn't like, above and beyond. It was fine. Like, that's why I'm giving it a 7. I didn't greatly dislike it, like Suicide Squad. You're kind of like, and that's why.
Do you think it was more? You didn't more grade it higher because Superman is just kind of like the blah character, just wasn't super interesting to you?
Yeah. I mean, I think so, because it wasn't like bad overall. It was fine.
Yeah,
and that's all I really have to say. I really like Nathan Fillion in it, and I really wish I get to see more. Hawkgirl seemed interesting, but we didn't get much of her. Mr. Terrific was really cool. Like that fight scene when he was escorting Lois Lane was awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool. That scene. Didn't know he could do that kind of thing.
Yeah, I didn't know either. But I didn't know anything about him. So I'm like, okay, I guess
that's true. James Gunn does bring out those weird characters, like the guy who just like can create kryptonite out of himself.
Yeah,
he does find those weird characters. The only thing that the best thing for Nathan Fillion is that they are coming out with a Lanterns movie, and that's going to be like 2028 or 2027, something like that. So we're definitely going to get more of them, which is cool. I'm on board with that.
Wait for more Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, so I think my closing thoughts are, I think this is going to kill the MCU. I don't know. I think if all movies are going to be like this quality for me, moving forward, obviously there'll be other characters that are more interesting to me than Superman, especially if they make like a Flash movie or something like that. Or a Wonder Woman movie, something like that. If they're all like this quality or better, I don't know how the MCU will be able to. I think they'll turn into what DC was 10 years ago. I think Marvel might be done for.
I mean, Marvel's been done for. They haven't put out a good movie.
Well, now they're really going to be done for. You're gonna. What do you think? After I saw this movie, I haven't really seen this from anybody, but do you think there was a superhero fatigue, or do you think it was just an average bad movie fatigue of superhero movies?
I think it's bad movie fatigue. Marvel hasn't put out a truly good movie since Infinity War.
Yeah,
not Endgame. Like Infinity War was pretty good. It was pretty solid. Endgame sucked, and everything after Endgame sucked. Like to the point where I've stopped watching them. Like Shang-Chi, like the first half of that movie was pretty good, but then
I didn't like that movie.
I didn't like the movie, but I thought the first half of the movie was interesting. But then the second half of the movie destroyed it because the first half of the movie was like a kung fu film, and they had really good choreography, and it was pretty good. The story sucked, but at least like the first half was interesting. The second half was just like
it just fell apart. The movie just fell apart.
It fell apart. It was bad. I mean, like they haven't had a solid beginning to end film since Infinity War.
Yeah, well, that seems to be what the sentiment is. You and I haven't seen any other Marvel movies beyond I think Thor, the new Thor movie.
Yeah, Love and Thunder, I think, was the last Marvel movie I saw.
And Shang-Chi. I did watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because I am a James Gunn fan. I do like James Gunn, so when people can make fun of me that I like James Gunn a lot, but I did see Guardians 3, but other than that, that's all I've seen. I don't plan on seeing anymore.
Yeah, I was basically on Disney boycott at that point. I didn't care that James Gunn did it.
That's fair.
I did not want to give money to Disney anymore.
Well, they seem to be having a hard time, and I think this is just going to make it harder. I think that I don't know if there's superhero fatigue anymore. I did think there was, but now I think if a good movie comes out, I think people will just go see it. I think that's just how it is. Ooh. I don't think people get tired of movies. I think they're just tired of bad movies.
Yeah, I don't believe in superhero fatigue. I just believe in bad movie fatigue because
we still watch The Boys and Invincible and stuff. They're pretty solid shows.
Yeah, I mean, like, The Boys has had its up and downs, but the last season was amazing, and I'm so excited for this upcoming season. I'm excited for the next.
I don't know when that comes out, but that's another superhero thing that
I'm also kind of excited for Mortal Kombat 2 because Karl Urban's in it. I love Karl Urban from The Boys and from Star Trek.
That's not a superhero movie though.
But it just we were mentioning The Boys and Karl Urban's in The Boys, which I really like. He's like one of my favorite characters in The Boys, and then we've got he's like the main character, I guess, in Mortal Kombat 2, at least according to the trailer, because he's in like almost every scene of the trailer.
He is a character.
So I really like Karl Urban. It seemed like it would be weird that he'd be Johnny Cage, but it really works. So I'm kind of excited for Mortal Kombat only because of Karl Urban.
Final thoughts are Marvel, goodbye, unless you make good movies. Mortal Kombat, hello, we're going to watch you. And I think this is a good start for DCU. Go see Superman. It already made its money that it needed to be profitable and do good. So, I mean, I guess you don't have to see it, but I think it's worth seeing.
Yeah, especially if you like Nathan Fillion and dogs.
Yeah. It's just again, I'll start it where we end is that it's just a happy, like, inspirational movie that I think is just good vibes.
Yeah, it's fun. See. It's fun. Absolutely.
That's all I got.
Take a look.
That's all I got.
All right. Well,
email David at synthaholics@yahoo.com.
There you go. All right. Well, until next time, guys. Hopefully, we won't be on a magic hiatus. But until next time, we'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Synthaholics out.